Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning, y'all. I know y'all hear me moving around. I'm actually still sitting in my bed. Well, I've been up this morning on the phone and all like that. And I know it's kind of weird. I haven't been coming on a Saturday, but I was listening to the news, some sad situation going on this morning. Tracie Braxton of the Braxton family has passed away, y'all. It's just really unbelievable. Wow, I was so sad to hear that because I grew up with their music. We watched a reality show. I never knew that she was even sick, y'all. And she's 50 years old from cancer. Just goes to show you, y'all, we don't know what be going on in people's life. Let's no, I'm not going to do. I don't want to do the TMZ because they be tripping when somebody talk about them. But anyway, I'm gonna read this to you real fast. Tracie Braxton dead at 50. Tracie Braxton, the younger sister of singer Tony Braxton, has died at the age of 50. TMZ reported. According to the outlet, the Braxton family value star passed away Friday, March 11, from cancer. Wow, the Center's wanted extra actress has been privately battling cancer for a year and was reportedly surrounded by sisters-in-law when she passed away. That's probably why we didn't hear about it. She's only been battling it for a year. Then they go on to explain her career, her acting career. Tracie starred in There's a Stranger in My House, The Christmas Lottery, All In and More, and earned producer credits. I love that one of them, Terry. That was Tyler Perry plays the Browns. I loved her in that as well. I loved her in everything, y'all. So I said, well, let me come on and wow. When you watch a certain actresses and actors, coming up, you think it's like they're a part of the family. It's like you know them. And just like their mother, I've always admired their mother and the way she raised them. Of course, they had a lot of little skeletons in their closet. Everybody have ups and downs and stuff going on in their life. But Tracie Braxton has died at 50 years old, y'all. We're talking about Tracie Braxton, Tony Braxton's baby sister, Taylor Rogers. She passed away Friday. That's not at 50 years old. Tracie Braxton. Good morning, Cheryl Brown, Voodoo, Red Snapper, Taylor Rogers. Hey, good morning, Deanna. Girl, I enjoyed the turkey last night. It was extra fun, and the questions, oh my God, those were some good questions last night. Next week, I'm going to have to send in some anonymous things, but it was fun. And I did go at the hood table for a little while after that. Then I had to get ready to take my shower and get my beauty rest. I think my grandbaby supposed to be coming over this morning. Sometime today, she wants to make some candy. Good morning, Catherine Powell, Madeline Jones, Red Snapper. So I ain't gonna be on long. I just wanted to come on and talk about that for a minute and this other situation that's going on. And yeah, I know you did, girl. And those were some good gifts too. And I'm gonna look for one of those kind of sweepers like you showed. I got the one with the spray thing at the top. I got the one where you have to change how you have to stick the things at the bottom. Taylor, she was my favorite too. Yeah, y'all, it's a sad situation. 50 is young. But to be battling cancer for only a year, maybe was lying dormant for years, and she started getting sick within that year. But then people don't come over here and air out their illnesses anyway. Thank you, Voodoo. Good morning, Voodoo. Cheryl Brown, Shani. Yeah. So the other little thing I want to talk about real quick, because I just thought I'd come on for a little while since I know my grandbaby gonna be on a little later. I don't know what time, but she wants grandma committed herself to making some homemade candy, y'all. And she wants to learn how to do it. Her dad, my son, called me. We was eating some cookies with some ice on it. Remind me of the homemade candy used to make. And I was telling Nyla about it, and I told her maybe Granny would make some candy. and she's sitting right there saying, yeah, grandma, I want to come home, make some candy. So I got to make some candy, y'all. So anyway, yes, a sad situation. Yeah, very, very sad. I think her boys, though, I think are grown, which it still don't make things good. But I'm just saying, I just glad she didn't leave little babies behind. Because that's a sad situation when the little baby's left behind. According to the story, I'm going to tell y'all, this is a sad situation too. It's about this Georgia woman. She passed after delivering her baby. And the thing was, she had the baby by C-section, and she had blood in her catheter. And her husband noticed it. And he was trying to tell them about it. They're supposed to do a CAT scan, but they never got around to doing it. She slowly but surely bled out and died. I'm going to play the audio and let y'all hear this real quick. Hold on a second. Got to get through these commercials. But they say this happened before at another hospital.
Johnson's husband says the 39-year-old who went to Southwest DeKalb High School had a textbook pregnancy. She was healthy and a marathon runner. So Johnson's family never imagined she would lose her life after a scheduled C-section.
Becoming one of hundreds of women in the U.S. who died during pregnancy, childbirth, or soon after becoming mothers. The Fox Medical Team's Beth Galvin is here with her story. It's just tragic, Beth.
Yeah, Courtney and Tom, it's just really still hard to believe. And Charles Johnson.
You heard this story, Slim, too, about this lady passed with that C-section? Wow, just listen, y'all. It's a sad story.
Has spent the last few years telling his wife's story over and over and hearing from families who say the same thing happened to them.
Now, this happened years ago, but the husband is keeping the story alive. Mike's scar still itches and goes numb, and it's been 11 years. I had one with my middle son only because he was coming breached, feet first. And because the other births are all natural, I wouldn't get no shots, none of that natural. But, and then it was a bikini cut. It wasn't one of those old-fashioned cuts where they cut down your stomach, a big scar. Actually, you can't see the scar because the bikini cut, and my pubic hairs covered that. So, but I never had a problem with too much itching. Like I heard some ladies say they itch where the stitches were. But let's finish hearing this.
The U.S. has the highest rate of maternal deaths of any industrial country. And Johnson says it's a crisis that we can no longer.
Yeah, I heard that. And I don't know why he keeps bringing it out. Maybe he wants other ladies to be aware, because from what I understand, something like this happened before. But let's continue listening.
Afford to ignore. Charles Johnson says his wife, Kira Dixon Johnson, was thrilled about becoming a mother for the second time.
We'd even talked about how cool it would be to have boys that were close in age. And so the fact that they were going to be 18 months apart and grow up being best friends, this was everything we had really dreamed about. She was just super, super duper excited.
Kira was 39 and healthy, Johnson says, going into a scheduled C-section April 12, 2016. It's a story he has retold hundreds of times.
And evidently he's still grieving, because he's still telling the story right now in 2022. And all he wanted to do, they wanted to have 2 children close in age.
So my wife, Kira, walked in to Cedars-Sinai Hospital in Los Angeles, where we expected to be the happiest day of our lives, and walked into a nightmare.
After Langston's delivery, Kira was moved to a recovery area where Johnson says he noticed a problem.
I actually saw blood in her catheter. And so that was the first sign of distress. And so I brought it to the attention of the doctors and the nurses, and they ordered tests and a CT scan that was supposed to be performed stat.
Hey, Langston.
But he says his wife never got that CT scan.
Kira was allowed to bleed internally for more than 10 hours. You got to keep in mind, this was hour after hour delay, denial, this runaround of, well, we might.
So she laid there and bled to death. And he was trying to tell the staff and everybody about it. And they was brushing it off like they think they know everything. Ooh, this.
Take her back for surgery. We're waiting for this and never being able to get a straight answer about why my wife was not getting just the minimum basic care. But all the way up to the time that she was going into surgery, Beth, I really honestly thought that they were just going to fix it and she would be right back.
Instead, Kira Dixon Johnson died in surgery just 11 hours after Langston was delivered.
When we walked into the hospital that day, the thought that Kira wouldn't walk out to raise her boys had never crossed my mind. But as the weeks went by, I began to hear stories of other women who had horrible birthing experiences and other women that were dying in childbirth.
Stories, Johnson says, just like Kira's.
It's a woman that went into the hospital who was supposed to be the happiest day of her life. Her or her family expressed concerns. Her concerns were denied. She wasn't prioritized. And by the time they did something, it was too late.
Each year, 700 women in the U.S. like Kira Dixon
Wow,
Johnson die.
that's enough. I'm going to post this story on my community wall. This only 4 minutes and 33. I paid 2 minutes, 52 seconds. Now, I know the reason why he's probably reaching out and still speaking on it, even right now to this day, the man is still grieving. He's raising both his boys on their own. I don't even think the older boy at the time, what was he? He was still a toddler, have no memory, of course, of his mother. He's raising his 2 sons, and every year he's been bringing the story back out so women can be aware that this goes on all the time. And they finally did something about it 9 hours after he telling them that it's blood in her catheter. And then they're going to wait 11 hours to finally do the surgery? Was she bled out internally? No, and I'm quite sure you've been having a lawsuit. The boys they never knew their mother. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God. These people be doing the most. Good morning, Miss Toby. The show Grey's Anatomy had an episode on this subject about the medical racial disparities of Black women doing childbirth. And is it really racist against the Black women in childbirth, y'all? Y'all think it really has something to do with that for real? That they were ignoring this man trying to say, well, my wife, evidently he know how things was supposed to be. He seen the blood in the catheter. He know it wasn't supposed to be no blood in that woman's catheter. Oh, I would own that hospital. I mean, wouldn't be no more of that staff around, if any still around in that hospital. They all were negligent. I mean, and I'm quite sure he was raising hell the whole 9 hours he was trying to tell it. Oh, Lord. Yeah, I know, Lexington, I just read the story. That's basically why I came on to do a quick live. To talk about Tracie Braxton just passing last night, Friday, at the age of 50. They say she was battling cancer for a year. Wow. Wow, Mr. So all y'all ladies that, young ladies, of any young ladies here having children and have to have a C-section, make sure you have somebody, there where they can check you out too. And there's something going on like this guy went through with his wife. Just pitch much hell as you can. Let them get this done within the hour. Because everybody knows, any woman knows you're not supposed to have blood in your catheter. You're not supposed to be bleeding like that after that C-section. Wow. We're treated badly, period, in all facets of health care. Yes, we are. But nowadays, I don't know. You know how y'all when a lot of more Black doctors start surfacing and a lot of more women doctors start surfacing, people had to get used to women doctors. Because when I finally first ever went to a woman doctor in my life, I thought it was kind of weird. Now I rather a woman doctor because we grew up with men doctors and they were always Caucasian doctors, some doctor from abroad or something like that. Now it's, it's the norm now. Because the last doctor I had for a checkup is a woman and she's Black. Okay. So, and you can, pick what doctor you want if you go to a clinic, if it's a doctor you don't feel comfortable with, just speak up. You can say you're not comfortable with that doctor. You're right, Voodoo, we're treated bad, period. They think we can handle more pain than others. Well, Voodoo, that's because, that dates to me, in my opinion, way back to slavery day when those women had to have dropped their babies, go right back out there in the field. Their bodies were strong. Nowadays, well, when I had kids, I'm back on my feet in 2 or 3 days. Nowadays, this generation, I think, a sign of time, You ladies, you know, can't really have babies like that. Their bodies can handle it, but it's the food these days, I think, with all the unnatural stuff that's put into it. You know, after having one baby, you know what I'm saying? They just can't do it too much. You barely find too many women having big families. That's why I admire Mommy Chrissy. You know, she reminds me of when ladies used to have kids. Just go have your baby, come home, take care of your children. Good morning, Tracie. So maybe that's why they think that. I don't know. But like I told my nieces, don't y'all go in there and have no shots at the very, very last minute when the head get ready to pop out. Y'all done went through all that labor, and at the very minute you want a shot. Because once the head come out, boop, it's over with. You don't think about no pain no more. Our bodies are supposed to handle a situation like that. But then again, like I said, just as a sign of times. The bodies ain't healthy like they used to be. Even in my generation, our body was more healthier for us to go ahead and have some babies. Good morning, Nurse Shay. That's just my opinion. Judge Hatchett was very vocal when her daughter-in-law passed due to the hospital negligence. Really? Judge Hatchett had somebody that was wow, I never knew that, Lexicon Park. But good morning. Wow. Sure did. They tied babies around them and went right back to work. Exactly. Because I was back on my feet in 3 days after, even with my C-section that I had to have. Of course, I had to get up when I stayed in the hospital 3 days like the normal, because, you know, the only way you stay in the hospital after C-section, you have complications. And when I got home, I had to get up and make my baby's bottles and change them and everything. And I was still boiling bottles. Remember I told y'all my older sisters taught me the old-fashioned way. I stuck with it. My stitches didn't break or anything. They just told me don't climb those stairs yet, and I didn't. And my master room at the time was upstairs. So I had to stay in the room downstairs. But nowadays, women can't do that. I guess they got to stay laid down for a couple of weeks so they got the stitches and all like that. It just ain't the same no more because of what we put in our bodies today is not healthy, and it make us unhealthy and it blow us up or whatever. It's just not the same. And that's just my opinion. I believe that my best friend has fibromyalgia and took her a while to get an excellent doctor. Oh, I heard that's a lot of pain, Miss Toby. That people that have that's extreme pain. The story you're talking about is Judge Hatchett, daughter-in-law. No, somebody was just mentioning it to me. I didn't know about that. Judge Hatchett had a daughter or daughter-in-law discriminated against. Somebody just said that. I thought it was you just said that. I was talking about Tracie Braxton passed and the lady in the hospital when her husband was complaining that blood was in a catheter. They kept brushing him off. And then they paid attention 9 hours later, 11 hours later, the lady was dead. No, you don't need no medicine to have no baby. That's what we're supposed to do. But yeah, chronic pain for what I hear, fibromyalgia. I heard about that. I don't know nobody personally with it, but I just heard it's very, very painful. Yes, indeed. So basically, that's why I came live. Do me a little quick live this morning before I start my day. I'm assuming my grandbaby probably be over here probably about 10. It's 8:34 now. And I really meant to come on Blessed too with this. I put it on both, but I'm so used to just push this button over here. Yeah, very, very sad. Both stories are sad, Tracie. Tracie Braxton passing at 50 with cancer. And maybe she had it before that year and didn't know it, for it to be, at that stage where she actually passed within a year. Because I've heard of people having cancer and didn't know they had cancer until they start getting sick. Like one of my sister-in-law, and she felt good, but every time she went to the doctor, they would tell her something about some white blood cells was off. And that's all she would tell us. Then they finally told her it was cancer. She died within that year, but she had it longer than that. She just didn't know she had it. You got it too, Voodoo? Fibromyalgia? Oh, wow. I know, baby. I hate to hear that because I hear you guys be in pain. Wait a minute. Who had a blood? She had a blood clot? Now, if we're talking about this lady, is that why the blood was in her catheter, or is there another conversation going on in here? Good morning. Let's see, clot. That's a lady in the hospital that had the blood in a catheter. Wait a minute, that's her? Lady in the hospital that had the blood in a catheter. Okay, I don't know what you mean, Lexington. Are you saying this is the lady you're speaking on? Exactly. And I think I'm behind too in the things. No, not too much. Colon cancer. Now listen, Miss Toby, she didn't know before 11 months. She never felt like nothing was wrong in her body. Because I have, like I said, I just said my sister-in-law's sister didn't know it was cancer, but they kept saying something about white blood cells. Then they finally told her every time she went to test that it was cancer, but she wasn't sick. And then when she did get sick, she suffered about 6 months before she passed. Oh, Tracie did always complain? Oh, okay. See, I never knew that the lady had cancer till right now that she passed. Give me something to help me have this baby. And well, like I say, some ladies, this generation, they need something to help them have a baby. But and it is what it is. If that's what you need, that's what you need. Because like I say, the sign of time, things are different with our bodies and everything. But I told my nieces, don't y'all go in there and take no shot because you don't know how it's going to affect your back and everything later on in life. If you went through all that labor, and the first child be the worst. I think I was in labor about 36 hours. It didn't start off as strong, within the first 15, 16 hours. And then my second one, I didn't even know I was in labor. I was hemorrhaging because the feet was coming. And I went to the hospital and they told me that the baby was coming, the feet was coming. And then the next one, natural again. I stayed in labor, I don't know, maybe about 18 hours. But no, I wasn't taking no shot. I didn't ask for one because once that was over and the baby came up, that was it. So I would have had a natural birth if my baby wasn't, the second one wasn't coming breached. Okay, now I'm I'm getting what you said now. Judge Hatchett was the lady's mother-in-law, the lady that I'm talking about right now? Really? Wow. See, it didn't say that in the story if we talk about the same thing. Because you know when I'm reading the chat, sometimes the comments don't come across as saying, as maybe we talk about the same thing. Because a lot of times people are talking about something different. She started having issues, I say, 6 months prior. Okay, so she just knew something was wrong there, huh? They never said Tracie had cancer. Maybe they didn't know she had cancer, like I'm describing my sister-in-law's sister. Maybe she didn't know she had cancer. That thumbnail was cute, bless. Oh, thank you, Salted Caramel. Okay, I'm almost 30 minutes in. If anybody want to say something, call in to say it, or jump on the panel, say that's fine. If not, I'm not going to hang on here long. Ain't nothing else really going on for me to talk about other than y'all need to go in there and watch iBay. She is hilarious. And I put it on my community board, her talking about the roaches with Jay Wilson. It happened a few years ago. Her husband keeping it. Yeah, he said that. Yeah. It happened in 2016. So he's talking about it again this year. So from what I gather, he come out and talk about it every year so women can be aware of the racism going on when they go in the hospital to get medical treatment, having the baby, they don't get treated right. So that's what I see. There, go to link. See, that's why I say sometimes I don't know what's going on in the chat because Salted Caramel said some story said she had, I can't pronounce that, cancer, and some said cervical cancer. Are we talking about the same lady or are we talking about somebody else? That's why I'd rather, not just stand there because I don't know if we're talking about the same lady or you talking about somebody else. My daughter, first baby she had and passed. That girl, when my daughter called, I knew she needed me. She was in her labor for 2 days. Yeah. Sometimes your first baby, then the second way your body, so they say, is used to having the baby or already been open or whatever. Okay, Deanna, on right now. I'll go over there when I get off. Like Tim, iBaby is just like Tim. Both of them are always talking about. But iBaby funny though, Catherine Powell. iBaby hilarious. I'm telling you, y'all, looking at my community board. It's just, it was my first Kiki this morning. And Catherine, let me go up and see what Catherine's saying for Tracie to be saying that. Let me see. All right. Oh, must be too far up. I can't find it. But Tracie saying somebody nuts. But anyway, I mean, it was just funny, still funny. I might look at it again. Because do y'all think it was a roach? And Tracie, when I was watching you yesterday, you were saying you just didn't see the roach. You just couldn't find that roach. Everybody saw it. And I started writing your chat and tell you, Tracie, everybody's seen it but you. Everybody saw it but you. You took a long time to see it. Now, I don't know if it was a roach, water bug, spider, ladybug, potato bug, or what. But there was a bug. And the reason why people make a big deal out of it, because y'all know how Jay Wilson make a big deal out of everybody, talk about everybody's house, how they live and everything, all like that. It don't be nothing wrong to people apartments and houses and stuff, but that's why some people say you can tell he's probably not used to nothing. Not me saying, but other people said that since he been brought up in a trailer home, and it took him all these years to finally get in the house. I ain't mad at him. It's a nice house from what I hear. And he used it for Airbnb. Now, if that's the case, people come traveling with suitcases and stuff. They probably got roaches at home. They probably have roach eggs in their suitcase, a roach or two, and when they unpack their suitcase. You never know what people bring into your home. So, and then the way when we saw that roach crawling up Rico wall, everybody thought that was hella funny. So everybody laughed at that. So they're gonna make it fun of Jay Wilson bug on the wall, whether it's a roach or not. I don't know if it is a roach, but we seen the little bug wasn't no fly, because the fly ain't gonna stay still. Fly gonna fly away. Yeah, I saw you finally found it. You finally found it. It was taking a long time. I saw that. But I just stayed in the bushes. I didn't type and say, Tracie, come on now, everybody see it. I didn't say nothing. Yeah, I was there when you was looking for that bug, girl. I told you I'd be in the bushes. You never know when blessings lurking around, peeking in at the curtain and stuff. I told you I like that lady used to be in the window, and I think on 227, I'll be peeking. Be peeking my butt off. And I peek for a while, then I move on and get nosy and go somewhere else and peek real fast, quick, fast, and then I hurry. So I don't know if that roach was pregnant, but if it's one, believe me, you was 2 or 3, some over there. Because when you see a roach, it's some over there somewhere. So you don't know, since he rent his rooms out in his house, you don't know who coming in there and what they had in their house, what roaches in their suitcase. You know what I'm saying? You never know. Catherine, I don't even watch him like that. And if he was, probably with some old stuff, because I did hear he played some old 3-year-old TSCC stuff. And since he did that interview with Brianna, I guess that must have triggered him to talk about some old stuff, so I ain't go over there. I just know Spilly Boy dragged me yesterday, and I was trying to find, did he do a small video somewhere to be, say something about Spilly Boy again? And I didn't see one, but I didn't look that hard though, because like I said, I wasn't really interested in watching him. Because he seems to think everybody is on him. Everybody will see him fail. That's not true. He come at all of us first for no reason at all and won't let up. At least that's the way it was been for me. So I don't know, just very disrespectful, cannot hold a conversation. And really, I hope he do get the help he need. You know what I'm saying? He's human just like we are. We all are. But he just go too far. And that's the difference between Tim and Tita. They don't do that. They don't come on here just come. Tim just go after Jay Wilson. Tita don't do too much. She'll clap back if somebody mess with her. I like Tita. I like to watch her and her family. I love their interaction with her mother. I like all that. But if she say something about somebody, it's in response. So I like T to talk, but I heard him say, don't nobody talk about them. Well, why should they? They didn't come on here just calling people all kind of names because they follow what he called the dark forest or dark, whatever he called it. They didn't come on here saying and put all of their business out saying that he had sex unprotected and hid it for the letters for a while, dragging Chopper, because Chopper had it, and then he got outed. He had it all along when he was dragging everybody else that had it. Jaded nerd, don't come over here dragging nobody and call them all kind of names. You know, so that's the difference. You're too disrespectful. People don't be talking to you. You talk to people. That is the damn difference. Now let me get back in the chat. Good morning, Jiggle Bunny. That's the difference. Oh, Tina mad at you now, Tracie. Yeah, y'all be feuding too, huh? What happened between you and Tina though? I mean, I'm surprised to hear y'all arguing about something. I mean, what could y'all could be possibly arguing about? So that, you know, but I know she went in on Tim, and then I know she had to go in on that Rico the Brat guy. Bishop, you don't know me. My girl have several seats. Catherine Proud, Stacy. Oh, okay, that's a little fight going on. Yeah, what's going on with that though, Tracie? I've always wanted to know what happened with y'all, because it seems, I don't know, it just don't seem like y'all two would be fighting for some reason. I don't know. You talk about Ray Black? Do you talk about her? I don't know her. Okay, so okay, I didn't really get a chance to watch her, but I did pass by her. You know how things pop up or who's live or whatever, and your name wasn't there, but I didn't go watch it. But I just thought that was that was something you two people I don't think would be going at each other. Just let me put it like that. Faith said I seen Tita jump in really, because every time I seen her, she was clapping back at Tim and then Rico the Brat and a couple more people before that. I can't remember. And I met her through Jay Dunn doing an interview with her. And I've been watching ever since, because like I said, I like how she take care of mother and everything. She's very family oriented, and I am too. Hey, happy birthday, lovely love. I know you saw me at your house this morning, watching you and Sassy. Happy birthday. Oh, well then, I don't understand that then, Tracie. Y'all tell lovely love happy birthday. She used to win me up for fight. Oh, is that what it is? Because she don't seem like the type to either be mad at somebody because somebody else. If that's the case, she'd be mad at me. Because I don't like fight. So I don't know. I just thought that was a weird fight. Even when her and Tim started, I was saying, well, I wonder what went on with them. Lovely love, I know you ain't feeling no pain right about now, huh, girl? You was early drinking, because when I was watching you, now for it to be, what, 7? Because I know it was a little bit before I know I would come live, my time, so got to be, what, about 10 your time. Girl, you feeling good early this morning, huh? I ain't mad at you, shoot. Go and celebrate your birthday. Shoot. Go and celebrate your birthday. I know you're going to celebrate all the weekend. Huh? Maybe she's just doing it, you know, for the weekend, though, Faith. And maybe she started early, because whenever my birthday, it'd be a 3 or 4 day affair, because everybody want to take turns taking me out because the way everybody work. Yes, indeed. So I know you probably ain't gonna cook. But one of my nieces brought me some chitlins over here for me to cook for them that don't know how to cook it. I only cook them once a year. But it's still kind of cool out there. It's just a little over a pound because they're more expensive out here. I think I'll go ahead and do that this morning too. When I get off here, going to clean them up and put them on for her, like that. So you hear that, Sir King Fabe? Who else that play like they don't know? They don't eat chitlins or didn't ever eat in their life coming up, or their parents didn't, and their grandparents did when they were through the scraps. You know, stuff. Come on now. You know, black people had to eat what they had to eat. So there's one more. She's Sir King. Who else? Oh, and Kwani. Well, she went to an all-white school though, so you know, which ain't got nothing to do with it. But if she did that, maybe she had to eat all white food. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Oh, when I watch her, I don't see her talking about you always. But of course, people are going to exaggerate. Maybe she's saying something, but people are going to embellish it. So I don't think she talk about you all the time because she be showing her whole life of what she be doing. Believe me, she don't just be on you. She really don't. She just, you know, she just does her life. She just document her life. She's just very transparent. So if she do talk about you all the time, I don't see it. Maybe she talk about you at the time then that I don't watch because I don't watch it every single day. But most of the time I do, every other day, every few days, you know, and I drop in and say hi. Y'all, what's going on with my thumbnail? Everybody said they like my thumbnail. I don't know, Tracie, and then everything is not a fight. You know what I'm saying? Like when Kwani came at me, I said, I'm not going to go back and forth, but I guess she felt like I was because she came right back again after I made my video. I do a little shade here, there, whatever, but I'm not into just back and forth, back and forth. Good morning, exclusively me. About each other in their lives, so do other people. Now, next. Have a blessed birthday. Beautiful. She talking to you. Lovely love. Oh, lovely. Oh, you on my time, girl. Okay, so you were drinking at 7 o'clock this morning, huh? Please hit the like. Thank you. Y'all fiery today. Well, it might be a little over, but they charge $4.99 a pound. I think, I'm finna look and see what that is. Ever since the stores don't be having out here no more, all those Asian stores have them in the fresh seafood. I mean, the fresh case when you be cut up like that. And they just but it be looking like it's more than that. Because I think I had only 4 pounds when I had some because it was $20-something and it's like $4.99 a pound, but it was enough though for everybody. So yeah, that's a couple pounds, 11. So yeah, but it'll be enough for her and her daughter to eat a few. I'm gonna ask her, does she want to throw some malls or something in there? I've heard people even mix theirs with tripe sometimes. I never mixed mine with tripe, but one of my friends say they put smoked turkey tails or some kind of smoked meat in theirs too. I might try something different, you know, for like that. I made it up here, sit down up here now, y'all. I'm still in my gown, y'all. I say, I'm gonna catch some stuff this morning. I usually check and see who's on live before I come live, but this morning I just came on because I wanted to discuss the Tracie Braxton situation. Thank you, Faith. Yeah, for y'all that want to support the girl, y'all really enjoy my show. I mean, I appreciate a like too. Click, view, how you say it? Click, share, and like. But I ain't mad at you if you do something financial. You know what I'm saying? Because this is a job. It really is. Sometimes I feel like it's a job. Because a lot of times, y'all, I keep telling y'all, sometimes I don't even feel like coming on here and do it. I make myself come on here because I know some people, you know, be waiting for me and want to watch me. So I feel like those are the ones that don't mind blessing me for real, if they want to. Love you, love. You know, if you're cooking chitlins, everybody's coming. I love you guys to death, my virtue. I know. And I wonder why on here, love you, love, people act like they've never had chitlins in their life. Well, some people probably haven't. I understand that. But for the most part, and maybe their parents didn't like it, so that way their parents didn't expose them to a lot of food. But there were also stuff I didn't like, but I still cooked because I had a family. And just because I didn't like eggs or whatever, don't mean I deprived them of it. You know, they taste buds, you know, I wanted to make their taste buds to where when they get grown or teenage, they go out somewhere or something. I don't want them to be sitting there ignorant. Ooh, what's it? You know, if they go in a Chinese place, Italian place, a Mexican place or something like that, I don't want them to be ignorant to different culture food. You know what I'm saying? I grew up on everything too. So, I mean, I trained their taste buds. But it's a lot of stuff. I didn't care for sweet peas either. Beets, none of that. But I didn't deprive them, not feed them because I didn't like it. I cook it anyway because they may like it. And that's the way it is for real. Bish, I was just in Jay Wilson chat when you were talking about the Bish You ain't shit. Okay. I don't know who you talking about, Stacy, but y'all got it going on, whoever you talking about, girl. Yeah, everybody tend to put hog maws in there. But y'all get to the point where I don't even care for hog maws in mine. But I do want to try some fried. You know, I never ate them fried. And I know you cook them first like you do. Then you can, you know, leftovers, whatever. You know, you fry some. Just like we used to boil tripe enough to get a good and tender, just enough to fry. And that tripe remind you of fish. But to me, I would put my hot sauce and lemon on it just like I would when I got some fried fish. Oh, so you arguing with Catherine. Oh, say, y'all got it going on. I don't sense it. Y'all ain't calling me in my mind and really, really making people uncomfortable in the chat. Y'all grown. I sense it. So I don't care what y'all do. No, but if the person really want to be bothered and they say it to me, I'm going to ask y'all to stop. Face, okay. Yeah, I love them too. I'm talking about chitlins. I don't eat chitlins, but what y'all do when they raise the price? They've already raised it. That's what I'm telling you about the chitlins. And the oxtails is just unbelievably. I remember buying those for my family and all like that. I remember coming up on them. Y'all, you can get a pack of oxtail with maybe 3 little bitty ones, 2 medium and 1 big one for $20-some. They're expensive, but all our food got expensive. You know, when the other people found out that that was good food and how we was eating that, like Larry Bird, people started feeding him beans and all, and ham hocks and all like that. They used to say, why are these men so strong, dominating the sports and this and that? What they eat? Now they got beans in the stores, and the health food stores call them health food. Yeah, right. A black person had to eat that stuff. My daddy told me ain't no soul food. That's scraps that they gave to black people. And when they start charging maybe a nickel for a pound and all that, come on now. So you see a lot of these, and don't nobody get offended if they're Caucasian, but you see a lot of Caucasian now, if they want their son to make it in sports, they feed them a lot of beans and neck bones and all that old kind of stuff. So they had to be cut up down to add them to the chatting. Now, Lovely Love sent me a sticker on her birthday. Well, thank you, baby. Thank you very much for the sticker, Lovely Love. And I heard you say you're 52 years old. See, you don't look bad for your age. You got some people in here. Oh, my God. You got some people in here 20, 30. Look like they're in their 50s and 60s and got the audacity to always want to talk about how somebody else look. Tracie, you never ate chitlins? And you got to have, if you had them cooked right, and people usually say that because of the smell, but if you like them, you don't worry about the smell. Don't bother me at all. You know, it really don't. Then people say, well, I put this in here, take away the smell, put this in here. Some people say they put an apple. I even knew somebody talking about put the bread on the top of the pot so the bread can catch the sinners and come down, do all that little foolishness, put a little vinegar in it. Somebody told me to boil some vinegar while they cooking. The older one be happy, but that don't bother me. I like chitlins. I'm not doing all that. I'm just gonna cook my chitlins with the seasoning. What it is, it is. It don't bother me at all because I like them. So that's why some people say don't eat them. But shoot, kidneys and stuff smell like pee. You know what I'm saying? I like kidneys. I like liver. I like beef hearts. I like organs. I mean, come on now. We human. We eat everything, especially everything off a cow, off a pig. I don't give a damn about no steak. I grew up eating that. Las Vegas, I always had steak there. I went to all of them, porterhouse, filet mignon, sirloin, New York. Each one was my best one. Then I get tired of that one. Then I go to the next one. I got to the point I'm steaked out. I don't want no damn steak. Air Blue Moon, I'm like, but I don't. I like bones. Give me a neck bone. I mean, it ain't a big deal to me eating no damn steak. Shoot. It just really ain't, but it probably is to some people. Oh, I'm going to have a steak. I'm going to have a roast. We'll have one. And I used to cook roast. I used to always buy round steaks and smother it. Round steak, you know, gravy, steak, gravy, and rice with a kind of vegetable on the side. I ain't did that in a long time. We just don't care for steak in here no more. And if I do a roast, I want it to be a pork roast. But let me show you the chitlins. Yes, thank you, baby. Sir Keenan Kwani. Pay attention, y'all. Pay attention since y'all don't eat food. Y'all didn't come up eating pig feet and stuff, which I know damn well one of them that lived in the projects did. Okay, let me show y'all these real quick. See, they're in the bag like this. See, that'll be enough for her. She want me to cook them for her. So I'll clean them up and cook them for her. I really don't have a taste for them right now, but I'm gonna get it done for her. And I do got some smoked meat in the freezer. I might throw one in there until I'll fix it different for her. Yeah, I'm tired of steak to girl. I don't care about I don't even care about pork chops no more. My husband used to love pork chops. He don't either. But he'll put away some ribs, because that's what I cooked yesterday with some collard greens and a hot water cornbread. And I used smoked turkey tails because I've been eating it ever since a friend of mine used those. But I like getting the fresh ones and baking them in the oven. So that's what I did. And I got my leftover, and I can eat the greens and cornbread by themselves. I don't need no meat. I got the meat, the seasoning meat in it. But he teared up the ribs. I just told him, I don't want no more ribs. I don't care if the meaty like that no more, y'all. I really don't. I do so bomb. Ooh, what? I do. I test some kidneys up. And some liver. Yes, indeed. See, and certain things you don't like, but if you cook it, find it cooked a different way, you like it. Morning, everyone. Rest in peace. Yeah, I don't even care for chicken no more because you got to season it too hard. All them shots, they get them chicken to pump them up and all that fat, and you get to clean all that fat off of there. I'll try chicken wings sometime, but I would bake it. If I fried chicken, I'll buy me a Cornish hen, cut up and fry it. And they started to give them shots to them little birds too. If it ain't turkey, chicken, cow, or pig, I'm not eating it. Well, what I just named is pork. So that's pig. However, I did taste the beef ones too. Just like the cow tongues. People don't know that's lunch meat. I used to boil those and peel and chop it up and use it like cold cuts. I mean, ain't nothing to throw away on the animal, y'all. We scavengers, we eat everything. Smoked turkey butts in her green. Yeah, some people do, but I still would have to season them. If I use smoked neck bones, I don't really have to put too much salt in it. You see what I'm saying? Smoked meat, you still got to put all that salt and stuff in there. You know, most of it, but not the smoked neck bones. And I like ham hocks on my beans. It's just certain meat I use for certain stuff. That's good too. Chicken livers with some gravy. See, I'm talking about the food now. I don't know how I get on the food. Turkey tails. They are. Like I said, I got some more smokers in the freezer. I think I might tell her I'll do something different for her. Manny said, we nasty, just order him a pizza. Manny, you better get your plate of beans and rice with a neck bone or something, boy. You'll love it. See, you say you don't like it, but if y'all was to taste my stuff, y'all gonna say, well, I didn't like it because the way it was cooked. It just depends. That's what I'm saying, Voodoo. That's why I don't care for chickens no more. You see how fat them chickens be? That's not natural. Swamp dogs. It's swamp dogs, what they call coon. See, I wouldn't mind trying that. Yeah, they call it a delicacy now, especially the cow tongue and everything. It's not a delicacy to me. And it's just like a big old beef roast. That's all when you cook it. Like I say, with everything on the animal. Good morning, 3 Unfiltered Muffy. I came on here 30 minutes to talk about Tracie. Look. Oh, Lord, I'm almost at an hour. I do too. That's what I'm saying. When I first start cooking them, I would bake them in the oven. And they are so good. Y'all gonna make me go get some. But the smoked one, because my friend was telling me about putting some in some chitlins. See, everybody cook different. White lima beans and ham hocks. Yep, that goes with white lima beans. It had Instapot. You know the only thing I don't like about cooking beans in a crock pot or whatever? The water, it stays thin. So if I do it in a crock pot, then once they get nice and soft, I'll transfer them to a real pot and put them on the stove. So the juice can be just a little thick on it. And I'm going to say it like this. I don't like the way the Caucasian beans, that's what it be like to me. The juice be too thin. So you got to let it cream a little bit, you know what I'm saying, to put over that rice. If you're doing red beans, my husband taught me the red beans. Pinto beans, I don't want them as creamy, but a little bit with some cornbread. That's the only thing I don't like doing beans in a crock pot. You know. They grow harm. Okay, shoot. I would love some of that. That's what I was talking about, them chickens. They too hard to clean, and then chicken just don't taste the same no more. Yeah, if y'all got some Asian stores, lovely love, try those Asian stores. But they don't sell them like we used to buying them already packed in the bucket. The bucket might be $8.99 and $9.99 for 10 pounds. A 5-pound bag might be $5.99. Now it's $4.99 per pound, fresh. And you have to cut them yourself. They look like a tube. It's my first time buying them like this when I was looking for them. And Blind Spot told me to go over there to the Asians over here. And that's what I did. And I heard that it was going to be smelling loud. That's like when they first take them out of the pig. No, but they're clean. Because when I cut them open, it don't have all that like I was expecting. It have the normal fat and stuff on it like it'd be when they already cut open in the bucket or the bag. So, you know, because somebody was saying that's fresh. And that's how they first come out the hog, and all the stuff is still in the tube and this and that. No, it wasn't like that at all. They didn't even smell as loud as the ones we get in the bucket when they thaw out. I don't like churches no more. I used to love churches. That chicken too fat. There's some big ass chicken. Talking about nice big plump pieces. I know them chickens that they got there. It's full of hormones. Then we're gonna put that in our body. That's why I say these women these days can't even carry babies no more, putting all that unhealthy stuff, vegetables and stuff in their body. Oh no. Really, Manny? So you probably just a picky eater then, even as a child. But as you get older, your taste buds gonna change. You're young with the snapper right now. You know what I'm saying? Because it took me 27 before I started eating okra. Face, if the rolls aren't slippy, I'm getting. Oh, crabs still in season? I'm gonna call out there to the store and see if they got any little bitty blue crabs. But let me get off this food situation and get back. I'm gonna do this one more time before I go about Tracie Braxton for y'all to just come in. Let me grab my gadget. Again, Tracie Braxton passed at 50 years old from cancer. They say all her family was around her. She was passing. Something about she only had it for a year. And I said a year, but you know, she may have had it before then, and she didn't know it was cancer. Just like I was explaining to you about my sister-in-law's sister, and they told her when she wasn't feeling well, they never would tell her she had cancer. They would say that her white blood cells are off for a few appointments. And then the last one, when she really started feeling bad, you know, they did some little tests on it and they said she had cancer. So the cancer had been eating her body all that time. And when she started getting sick, she died within 6 months. Within 6 months. So that's why I'm kind of thinking Tracie was feeling bad, but they didn't really come right out and say cancer. Hey, Jazzy Mama. Okay, let me go back up. Let's see. Okay, Joanna, did anybody here? Let me read Tracie Braxton again, y'all. And then I'm going to be coming off of here. Where you at, Tracie Braxton? This the story. And what y'all hear when I was talking about the woman? So when y'all watch the replay, y'all going to see about the woman had the C-section in the hospital, and her husband was telling them blood was in the catheter, and they would never check it out till 9 hours later, and 11 hours later, she died. When they finally took her to the surgery, she was dead right there and there. That's a sad situation. Both of the boys ain't gonna never know their mother. Tracie Braxton dead at 50 from cancer. That's the TMZ version. Tracie Braxton family values star dead at 50. Read obituary. Let me see what the obituary say. Because she's the youngest sister of singer Toni Braxton. Star of Braxton family values died following a year-long battle with cancer. She was 50 years old. The news was confirmed by her son Kevin Surratt Jr. on Instagram. When I heard the news about my mother being sick, First thing she said was, "I'm going to fight and beat this," he wrote. She fought to the end, and today she's at peace. "I love my mother forever, and this hurts so bad. But I'm at peace knowing she isn't in pain anymore. I love you, Ma. I'm going to miss you." And that's what her son, Kevin, wrote on the Instagram. Then they go on to tell, she played on family's TV reality show, Braxton Family Values. That's why I said I watched that reality show. Total of 147 episodes alongside her sister Tony, Tawanda, Trina, and Tamar, and their mother Evelyn. The series ran for 7 seasons and launched a spinoff, Tamar and Vince, that ran for 5 seasons. Braxton's other TV credits include the 3rd season of Marriage Boot Camp, which she appeared on with her husband, Kevin Surratt. She also held guest spot on The Real, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and Celebrity Family Feud. The singer released 2 R&B albums of her own in 2014, Cash and Bomb, and 2018, On the Earth, and hosted her own radio show on BLIS FM called The Tracie Braxton Show. So, I'm quite sure everybody gonna be talking about it today. Hold on, y'all. Turn this down a little bit. Okay, I had some running water to turn it down a little bit. I hope y'all was hearing me, but it's a sad situation. So, and all the outlets is reporting it, of course. So I'm gonna speak to whoever just came in before I go off. If anybody just came out, I just found out one of uncles has cancer. I just lost my twin brother from it last year. Wow. So she's Stacy, but old wrongs come back to you. Damn shame, said the right time. God rest his soul. Wow. So y'all, I've been here an hour. I only planned on staying here 30 minutes. And so I'm gonna get the music. Can y'all drop the diamonds? Let me see. Let the music play. We won't get away. Let's see, y'all. That's all I had to talk about. I only came up with 30 minutes. Okay. I was trying to see who was on before I go off. But if they is, I'm got here. Okay. Holla. I've been on here exactly 1 hour. Exactly, y'all. On a Saturday morning. I haven't been coming on. But I'm going to catch y'all later. Toodaloo. Toodaloo.